driving out to Bob's right now. We had a crazy bad snowstorm, over 16 inches of snow. You can see here, the roads are nasty. I'm hoping to meet up with Jackson out there and do some work on the Buick. It's gonna be bad, there's gonna be lots of snow.
I thought it would be.
You're stuck. How's the drive?
Oh, it's nasty. That's how tall it's going to be. Probably, remember this is 90 for this. I have the suspension mocked up on the Buick. It's looking pretty good. So right now the radiator clamps are holding the two drive shaft pieces together because I have to splice them. Looks like we're gonna have pretty good flex with this. This is bottomed out on our drive shaft. You can't really go any more than that. And I have it set. This is fully compressed. I think that's gonna be enough without rubbing. So that's full range of motion. It's looking pretty good. Next up, cut and splice our drive shaft.
5 minutes later.
All right guys, we finally finished the lifted Buick project and we're super excited to show you how it turned out. This project took way longer than we thought it would, but it's finally done and we're ready to take the car for its first test drive. Super excited to show you guys what we had to do to the suspension. We're no longer running springs. I'm running air shocks off of a Land Rover and we redesigned the whole steering mechanism.
So what did you do to lift this?
All right, the final suspension ended up being a Land Rover airbag. We have a Volvo inner shaft XC90. We've spliced it with DOM into a Chevy S10 outer joint, hub assembly, and spindle. Over here, we have our modified steering. So the steering had a lot of bump steer with the original design. So we've taken an idler arm off of a Chevelle, we've modified it, so that the pivot point of the lower arm is at the same pivot point as your front suspension. So it's essentially a swing arm style front suspension. Looks like an A-arm, but this upper arm pivots at the same point as this lower arm. We'll see how it works, but I think it's gonna be a tried and true design. I think we're gonna be able to have a lot of fun with this.
There it goes. It's lifting.
Look at that. Yeah.
It's almost the same as the other side.
Is it?
Pretty close.
All right.
I think once we move it a little bit, it'll be there.
We could get a tire pressure gauge on it, and then we'll get it both the same. First test drive. Not looking so good, Austin. What?
So, that was not how it was supposed to go.
Thought we lifted this thing.
So we meant to do a lifted Buick build, but looks like we did a squatted Buick build. We're riding real low. Okay, we gotta do some work on this. Okay, Jack, drive it back up to the shop so we can get this figured out.
Oh, it's getting taller.
Oh, there we go.
It's working.
It's lifting itself. Yes.
What is it doing? Why is it doing this?
I don't understand that. Go! Yes! Okay. So what we've created is a Buick that will squat as you back up and it'll lift as you go forward. Not exactly what we were looking for, but you know, it's a pretty decent mod.
Looks good right now. I didn't like it when it was all squatted out, but looks like we'll just be having to drive it forward.
Look at that.
A lot of work for having front suspension that doesn't really work.
So we put airbag shocks on this. We're gonna add a little bit more air to the airbags and see if that fixes our problem.
I want to know if we have a bad airbag. Maybe this one. Let's see what we have for pressure. Still have 40 PSI, 45 PSI.
Airbag leaks. We're gonna replace it. We've got new airbag installed. Torquing the bolt. And then we're gonna take it for another rip.
Our geometry is not looking good. I think we're gonna have to re-weld these brackets further out onto the arm.
So as you can see, we put the bracket more towards the center. It needs to go at the end. The end is where all the torque is. Where it's at right now, it's allowing the shock to move in instead of up and down.
We only use 4 lug nuts because that 5th one is a spare. They always put a spare on these. You only need 4. 65 PSI in the airbags. Let's try it. Not squatting.
Okay, stop right there. That's pretty good.
Look at that thing flexed out.
It works.
It's what we wanted.
Yeah.
We want to be able to drive on it down a hill and be level.
It is hungry for the mountain. Nice!
Oh, that was fun.